In a stunning parallel to the Menendez brothers' sensational case, the Ervin brothers' secrets would unfold with eerie similarities. You will witness how brotherly love turned deadly, and that almost became another Menendez brothers episode. On September 5th, 2015, this alarming 911 call was made by Yvonne Ervin.
Gwinnett County 911, what's the location of the emergency? Yes, please send someone to my house. My children are trying to kill me. What do you mean that your children are trying to kill you? They've attacked me and my husband. They drugged us with Xanax. They've attacked us and they're trying to kill us.
As she pleaded for her life with her two beloved sons, 22-year-old Christopher and 17-year-old Cameron Ervin. The brothers attempted to murder their parents at their family home near Snellville, Georgia. However, this was just the beginning. What the detectives were about to discover would become one of the most chilling confessions of their career.
Honestly, we just wanted to blow the house up.
The parents never saw it coming, not even in their worst nightmares. A deadly betrayal by their own children.
Help us with me. Cooperate. This was a bad idea.
While most people crumble under interrogation, casting blame on each other, the brothers stood firm, choosing to defend each other, a rare show of loyalty. To gain further insight, let's look into the events that led to this shocking act committed by two children against their parents. When the officers arrived at the crime scene, what they discovered was horrific. The house smelled of gas, and both Zachary and Yvonne Ervin were found critically injured, with Zachary having multiple stab wounds, and Yvonne having been beaten with the butt of a rifle. The brothers were also present at the home and were immediately taken into custody. Initially, Chris seems unbothered by the setting, and it looks like he will need more time to be ready to talk.
What happened this morning?
I'm not really sure.
However, to get to the truth and to understand their familial situation, the detectives try to approach Chris slowly so as to ease him into the conversation.
Well, tell me about your family, your parents. You always get along with them?
No, sir.
No. Anything in particular? Like, were they strict or anything about your parents? Like your mom, was she a stay-at-home mom or she worked too?
She worked too.
What kind of work did she do?
Computer programming.
With them? Like running away or anything?
No, my brother ran away though.
Your brother did? Were they abusive or anything towards you guys? I mean, any kind of way? When you were younger?
I was the one that was like always just, I guess, kind of took everything. Is, I would say, a little bit more fragile.
Chris's portrayal of Cameron seems to be genuine. While Cameron is simultaneously being held in another room for questioning, he appears to be uncontrollable and not able to handle the consequences of his actions. Why is Cameron so distressed if both brothers had executed the plan together? Chris's unsettling revelations will disclose chilling secrets about the case, leaving the detectives utterly stunned.
I don't know, one time him and my dad got into an argument. My dad slapped him right in the face. And he slapped me before too, so it didn't really bother me. But my brother slapped him right back. And all hell broke loose, and then he ended up running away. I had to call my friends to help me find him. And the police had to find him and escort him home. My freshman or sophomore year in college, so about 2 years ago, he was in high school already, my brother. But ever since then, it's just, our house is weird. My dad, he was pissed when I decided to not play football anymore. It really wasn't my fault, but whatever. So I mean, ever since then, like, I don't know, communication is just weird.
Well, that's what I want to get to. I know it's never what it looks like. And I can tell that there's more going on here than what it appears. But we don't have any way to know other than if you tell us. I understand that.
Until I went to college, I did everything that my dad wanted me to do because we didn't have a relationship. We did it outside of football. That was it. I mean, when I got to college, I realized, I don't even like football like that. I don't want to be at a school. I'm just here because my dad wanted me to play football. I decided that, okay, I don't want to be in Charleston anymore. It's 7, and I don't know if you're thinking about Charleston, South Carolina, because a lot of people get that misconstrued, but it's Charleston, West Virginia, which is like 8 hours away.
Yeah, I thought South Carolina.
It's like 8 hours away. I was going to school, working, playing football, and I was just stressed. So I was like, I can't do that.
Were you paying for college too?
Yes, sir. I would have panic attacks. It would be days where I couldn't sleep because you're up 3 days in a row trying to get all your work done. I have 4.0.
You have 4.0?
What was your major?
Political science.
Yeah.
It's not an easy course.
That's a lot.
And the reason why I left and went to Valdosta was because they were going to offer me more scholarship money to where I wouldn't have to work. My dad didn't want me to leave Charleston. But I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And then when the scholarship with Valdosta fell through, I had hope. So like school was still paid for, but I mean I wasn't playing football anymore. And like I said, that was really kind of the only thing we connected on. He literally, the whole summer I came home from Charleston before I went down to Valdosta, he did not talk to me. Every time he looked at me, it was like, get out of my face, like, why are you here?
How long ago was that?
That's 2 years ago. 3, 4, that was my freshman year. I don't know how long ago my freshman year was. My brother was in the band. He really didn't like that. He was like, he'd make fun of him, didn't want to go to his performances, type things like that.
You would make fun of him too?
Yeah. So, come back home, Georgia State is a little bit more expensive. My parents, by no means do they have, all of the, in college you meet a lot of people with a lot more than you.
Yeah.
And that's okay with me. I have friends with trust funds and their parents have secretaries and they drive brand new Maseratis and stuff like that. And that's cool. But my parents don't have that. They do have, but they've showed me how to do a budget. They've showed me how to work with their budget, Mm-hmm. And when I first went to Georgia State, they told me we will pay X amount of money for your school. you have to figure the rest out. That's fine. That's what I did. Then it cut back to, last year I think they gave me $500 for school. Georgia State's like $11,000 a year. So I had to take out a bigger loan. And then they claimed me on the taxes like they paid for it. They claimed the whole amount, which blows me. I had a car, but they told me that if, like, when he graduated, I was gonna have to take on my car payments. Well, car payments on a brand new 2014 car, I can't make that and pay for school and pay for insurance and pay for my phone bill.
The shocking revelations indicate that the brothers had been going through a difficult time with their parents. His confession also provides the detective with insight into the financial motive behind the crime. Though his claims are heart-wrenching and the pain of being forsaken by his parents seems genuine, it is still unclear what could have possibly triggered the brothers to attempt a crime so horrific.
Start over the house where I'm missing so many bad things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the house I'm gonna start over, but it didn't work. We waited all night and it didn't work. And then we were like, well, the whole house smells like gasoline. And there's candles that kind of burn the carpet in certain places.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to explain this? And then it was like, well, it's too late now.
Tell us real quick, what happened this morning after it didn't work out in the gun thing? Did they just start?
After it didn't work out, we were going to go up there and tell them that somebody broke into the house and we needed to get out. But then that didn't seem like a very believable idea. So we were like, we kind of already started this. We gotta finish it. We thought asphyxiation would work. And it didn't. And then we kind of started fighting. I mean, but then when you fight your parents, I mean, I don't think anybody
Imagines that.
The detectives wrap up Chris's statement, but feel like there is still more to uncover. The detectives now approach Cameron, expecting his version to align, but instead, his unexpected revelation flips the entire narrative upside down and leaves the detectives baffled and unsure of who to hold responsible for this brutal act.
We felt lucky. They're always gone. When I do see them, sometimes they're excited to see me, but sometimes they're just mean. I don't know why. I'm trying. They want me to get out the house. They want me to do something illicit for the Navy. Me and my parents got into it. And me and my dad both got these horrible tempers. And we got into it and something just snapped. Tried to suffocate him. Tried to kill him. Dad.
So is that not right what your brother said? Y'all started fighting last night?
My dad got into it. My parents tried to calm me down. He's always trying to separate us. He's the most calm, level-headed one. I tried to sleep it off, but I couldn't. It was like, I don't know, it's like, oh, my body was moving on my own, but I was just watching it ride. I grabbed the gun. He tried to take it from me, hit him in the eye.
Your brother or your dad?
My brother.
So what was with the gas and the candles?
I figured if I was gonna kill him, I might as well just cover the evidence. So I turned on the gas, tried to light candles, packed a bag. Back inside. Where's mom? Where's mom? Looking around. My dad's still on the floor. She's upstairs on the phone. And tackled her. Like everything was fine.
Cameron's statement introduces a shocking motive. According to him, his parents' lack of attention and support had profoundly affected him, driving him to commit this horrific act. As Cameron takes the blame entirely on himself, the detectives wonder if the brothers are co-conspirators or are trying to protect each other.
When he got in trouble with my parents, he's covering up for me. Every time something happens, he covers up for me.
So did he help you turn on the gas and put the candles out?
No, I did that all myself.
But you turned the gas on last night?
Turned the gas on this morning.
This morning
This
too.
morning.
Because the way he was telling it seemed like he was involved with the thing. But if you could give us a timeline of how it went, if he's just trying to protect you.
About, let's see, got into it last night. Me and my dad, before they went to sleep, they got home from a football game. It was about 11 or 12. Chris calms me down. I go upstairs. He goes downstairs. Everybody goes to sleep, but couldn't sleep. Something just snapped. I take my pillow. I go to my parents' room. About 4 in the morning, trying to smother my dad. I smothered my dad. My mom wakes up, tries to pull me off of him. It hurt. My dad tries to get back on me, but I know where he keeps the shotgun, so I go for it. Chris comes upstairs and hears what's going on. He tries to pull me off. I hit him with the shotgun. He goes down. I got rid of my tracks now. Just killed my dad. Choked my mom out. So I turned on the gas, light some candles, turned on the car.
Cameron depicts himself as the actual mastermind behind this gruesome crime, but Chris insists that they both were equally involved. Before wrapping up the case, the detectives, not convinced by either brother's account, prepare for a climactic confrontation between the brothers, which they hope will finally unravel the twisted truth.
This was a bad idea. These officers come in here and ask you what happened again. Just tell them the truth. It's going to show when they look at the house for evidence. You know what I'm saying? Mom and Dad were witnesses to everything that happened. I helped. Okay? You did not do that on your own. Don't try to take that on. I'm not gonna let you. You feel me? It's gonna be like, what the bro? Our lives. Why didn't we think about this? But they said they were okay. So I guess that makes it better.
The brothers admitted that they had made a bad decision after the incident. However, after concluding the investigation, the detectives still hadn't found a single motive for the crime. This case was not just a shock for the parents, but stunned everyone involved.
Cameron said that he had been planning this since he was 11. He said, "Just kill me now." And then the officer asked, "Why would I do that?" And he said, "I just tried to kill my parents." Who does that?
On November 7th, 2016, both brothers pleaded guilty to all 13 charges against them, including multiple counts of kidnapping, aggravated assault, and armed robbery. Although the prosecution requested a 50-year sentence for both brothers, Gwinnett County Judge Ronnie Batchelor sentenced Christopher and Cameron to 20 years in prison, followed by 30 years of probation. The brothers appeared to be remorseful for the crime they'd committed.
I've seen cases where children plot or try to kill their parents. I've seen cases where children try and burn down the house that their parents live in. But I've never seen sort of the combination of events that we have here.
First of all, I'd like to apologize. I'm extremely regretful.
Despite this horrific act committed by their two children, parents Zach and Yvonne Ervin referred to it as one bad moment and chose to forgive them.
I don't see myself as a victim. I'm a father first. Knew that there was something terribly that went wrong during this span. And I had no other choice but to forgive them.
We have unconditional love and forgiveness for our sons, and we just want the world to understand that.
This tragic case is a stark example of how unchecked trauma and emotional neglect can lead to irreversible action. This case calls on all of us to pay attention to the silent suffering that can be hidden for years. However, this suffering cannot be an excuse for such a violent crime. We invite you to share your thoughts on this twisted case. Let us know in the comment section below if there's a story you'd like us to cover. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Real Crime Psychology for more fascinating videos.